during his strongest period. And yet again, it does seem like he's going to be with the highest priority AD carry left in the pool. But we do get that Camille stolen away.
Yeah, I love this pivot, right? They've got the Camille. That means,
good.
yeah, Hextech Ultimatum into perhaps other combos as well. We also have the Galio that hasn't been appearing in the draft, but Galio is such a big, strong team-fighting champion, and the fact that Liberty likes these magic champions as well in these team fights makes it a very juicy pick for them.
Liberty start things off instead with the Lucian and the Wukong. That's going to mean that they have like a little bit of both here. You've got that Lucian for that early game acceleration we were talking about. Liberty are going to try to force that, and I actually do trust them more to take those kinds of risks to accelerate that Lucian. And then the Wukong, who typically comes online throughout the mid-game into the late game.
It makes me curious to see what Liberty, what Manifritze is going to take again, because he is a big part of the piece on why they were getting and starting these fights. And meanwhile, RY, they have the Thresh.
These are still bans.
I know.
This is still them taking things away from Liberty. We saw how good Freaks was on the Camille, not having that again. We saw how good Manifritze was on the Thresh, not having that again. Rolster very deliberately stealing away picks that overlap between the two pools. And I asked for a hard carry, AD carry in Luna's hands. It does not get much better than that.
This is going to be scary, right? The Draven versus the Lucian. So now it's going to be very apparent. If they want to move the Lucian instead on mid lane, then basically give up the lane, just put something on a wave clear, an AP champion that is saying, we're going to give this up, we're not going to win the 2v2, it's fine.
I want to see the rest of Rolster be tanky. Put like a Diana in the middle of the map, maybe even a Galio, have full HP, build your team around the fact that you can get this Draven big, and then end the game once the Draven gets big.
But Liberty not backing away from the battle here. They're going right into that bot lane, said, come bring it. Lucian, Nami, we've hit on it over and over again. The hyper-aggressive, early laning phase type duo against Draven Thresh, who it's a snowball champ. Get him that kill after he gets the stacks, and all of a sudden becomes the strongest champion on the Rift.
This is going to be crazy, right? The big 2v2, just as you mentioned, this is them not backing down. This is them going to take that 2v2. But the biggest question is, of course, the junglers are going to be involved. You've got the Camille potentially in the jungle that's going to visit. Easy lockdown for the Hextech Ultimatum. And meanwhile, if that's going to be a Wukong jungle for Kinzin, again, who had a phenomenal performance earlier, this is going to be a big 3v3 at the bottom lane for sure.
This entire game so far rests on the bottom side of the map. The rest of Rolster's roster does need to support it, though.
Yes.
And this is where sometimes Rolster got into trouble regionally. We saw them picking things like an Ari with this composition, which is a good champion, but you really do just need protection for this Draven. Draven's weaknesses, the reason he doesn't see a lot of play, very slow moving, can't get out of trouble, is going to be pretty easy to chase down. You need things like Galio and Diana that have that AoE lockdown that can stop assassins like the Wukong from getting past your front line and securing those kills.
Did a good job with that one, TJ, the Rolster roster.
I was looking for a way to get the Rattel's pick on the Rolster roster, but I couldn't find it in time.
That's okay, TJ. We're getting better. We're scaling here on the desk as we're waiting for the second half of the draft phase. We've done our second phase ban phase here.
For me, the question would be,
Diana,
wow, okay.
Taken away.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to touch upon first the fact that what will Freaks pick? Because again, Rattel is such an amazing split pusher as well. And I feel like that will come into play once the 50-minute mark and beyond. Going back to the Diana though, I like this, TJ has mentioned, taking that away, that Hextech Ultimatum into the Moonfall is such a big combo, but Liberty also has their own. Cyclone Moonfall is very deadly, and again, I feel like Black Shield is needed here. I feel like that is also fine, the Ninja.
Camille in the jungle, it's going to be Shen on the top side in Rattel's hands, giving them yet more of those defensive tools. I was asking for Galio here. I really desperately want Galio. Because even with Shen, there are not enough tools to stop full dive. This last pick from Liberty should be another assassin based on the composition they've drafted so far, probably up in that top lane. Especially now that you see a Shen.
Yeah.
So this needs to be a Galio or something similarly tanky.
Lux, not that at all, TJ.
Lux does have the lockdown, so this is a similar theory, being able to AoE lock down the divers.
This is also great because they need wave clear very badly. This is a very poor wave clear come from RY, but the Lux fixes that problem. Now Liberty at the same time, they also let...
Fancy
The
shoes.
shoes are so pretty. She's so pretty. Lux is so pretty.
All right,
She
continue.
almost twirls her baton as well as you twirl your flippy pen.
Earlier,
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's the Morgana. The dark and light binding. I love this so much because wave clear is going to be something that they truly need. And if you want to play aggressive, that's the Black Shield coming in.
Yeah, Black Shield immediately denies so much of the CC engage that Rolster built up. The first proc of that fight is going to be very difficult. Rolster also, I highlighted it as a weakness. They like to draft fewer tanks than I think are necessary for a composition like this. It is all going to be down to Nomel and Rattel to keep their AD carry Luna safe in these fights, and Luna is going to be 100% of their game plan in these fights.
All right, here we go. Rolster Y with their backs against the wall here in the first round of the group stage. Will they be able to battle back for game 3? Let's find out with Rafa and Stuart.
Now, Dagon, TJ, and Riku, I'll take them off your hands. And so the big, there it is, Freaks. Lucian running the exhaust flash as well for the more aggressive setup, but also acting as a defensive countermeasure in case Doe visits the top side of the map.
Yeah, he knows he's in there from the first ability, but this is going to be hard for Rattel. I'll be totally honest. Freaks is going to have a lot of early pressure, especially with the Kraken Slayer as well. I mentioned in previous game with Luna. I mentioned in previous game with the Conqueror that Freak's going to have a lot of early pressure.
Now, the big thing, though, I know we're excited about the Lucian top lane, but of course the big thing that we were excited about primarily was Luna.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was doubling down, saying, okay, Lucian wasn't enough early game aggressive power, we're going with the Draven. And he's only played it once during the entire WCK playoffs. So for Luna to now, on the brink of being sent into lower bracket, say, let's go all in, baby. And they're already, between him and Nomel, getting a flash out of Mana Fritze.
And we talk about this Lucian Nami bot lane being super aggressive. This is even more aggressive. This is Draven Thresh. If you land one hook, that one auto attack that Draven can land, that Luna can land, is super scary.
Hawkins has got to be careful here. Doe coming in with the counter gank, flashing forward.
He's alive, exhaust!
But Kona comes in. Oh my goodness, Kona saves his jungler and forces Zero to flash away.
Liberty again, they're doing it again. It's like game 1 all over again. They don't need this crazy pick comp. They could just win out the skirmishes. They could win out the 2v2 trades.
And you go back to what TJ was saying on the desk. I'm starting to believe it. I genuinely think that Rolster Y is starting to show nerves. This is not something that we were expecting out of the #1 Korea seed, but Liberty, because they're coming in from the play-in stage, full confidence, full emotional momentum, they have nothing to lose. They continue going upwards. Rolsters are the ones with the expectations. They're the ones with the pressure on the back of their heads, and I think it's getting to them.
Like you said, you know, the confidence, the comfortability now of playing on stage. They've already had so many games on stage through the play-ins. They beat Sentinels before as well, so they have the confidence, they have everything behind their back. For Rolster, this is their first time on stage. This is the first time they're going to be playing, even though they have played the Horizon Cup before. This is something completely different. We kind of compare the, the Horizon Cups to Icons. We can see that every single team has stepped up since last year, and that's the big thing coming into Icons.
And Rolster Y is struggling to keep up now. And they showed an exemplary demonstration of what it was to still be up ahead in gold, ahead in towers, despite being down in kills. They don't lose their heads right now. You still have Luna. You have this Draven pick who has already gone to flash advantage out in the bottom lane, and it's currently putting a lot of pressure. No way, he actually kills him, right? Kona going
solo him?
Almost.
This is what I mean, though. This is what I mean about the confidence and the aggression. Kona just goes in. He has the confidence. He knows that he can try and 1v1 Zero as well. And at the moment,
Oh,
flash!
Beautiful, Nomel, death sentence into the flash.
The bubble!
Double bubble from Mana Fritze still goes down. Luna's cashing in, and that is the surgence that Rolster Y need in this series.
Money in the bank for Luna. He loves it. He loves it, baby. That's a lot of gold in the hands of Luna. You can see all he needs is 1 kill. He's 1,000 gold ahead. That's what you need to do with Draven. Early advantage, early kills, early gold in the back pocket, because at times Draven can be hard to play when it comes to mid and late game. But if you can get the early advantage, Nomel, are you sure this guy's a mid lane main? Are you sure? This guy is absolutely
Dude, Nomel coming in as a clutch support so far. We saw quite an amazing amount of bubbles in the last game, despite it being a loss for Rolster. And he has paired well beautifully with Luna. They have this advantage.
He's going again.
They're pressuring him off the turret.
Yeah, this is the problem now. We were thinking, you know, during draft we were talking about, we was like, okay, Lucian Nami against Draven Thresh, there's going to be a lot of fights in bot lane. But now they put the Morgana in the bot lane. Draven Thresh kind of has pretty much a free lane. Morgana can't do really anything at all against Draven and Thresh.
And I imagine that the concept for Liberty was, okay, well, Morgana will just wave clear against Draven. He doesn't have that much wave clear by itself. But if he is this strong early on, you can't clear the wave fast enough before he starts taking a chunk off of your HP, whittling you down, and slowly he can get to the point where he can threaten to kill you on his tower.
And you can see Kinzin is the one that has to go down to his bot lane, but there's nothing he can do. And Rattel, he's winning the 1v1 trades against Freaks as well. He's even going to try and kill him.
Splash. Oh, but it's Freaks! We talked about one of the... Oh! Freaks dodging out on Zero's final spark.
Wait, look at Draven ulti!
Draven ulti, catching it. Oh, man! We were talking about Freaks, one of the big moments, one of the big challenges for this Baron laner who surprised us all during the play-in stage, through his split pushing, through his 1v1s, that you are going up against one of the best Baron laners in the world in Rattel, one of the long-standing tenure members who was also one of the best Baron laners during Horizon Cup. He takes him on in the 1v1, and he stands tall.
Oh my god, the 1 versus 1, and but Freaks is now in a bit of trouble. Draven has to push this lane fast, but Freaks, he's in a lot of danger.
He's got flash, but...
Give the kill to Draven.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Huge for
Rolster. Money in the
Rolster.
bank, money in the bank.
And Luna is just cashing it. He is now 5,800. He almost 6,000 because he benefits off of the tower as well. Liberty played admirably in game 1, but now you have a big challenge here. And Luna, this is the guy that will try and put Rolster back on the map, back in this series. A two-man dive under the tower against Rattel, holding his ground. The turret aggro almost goes awry. Rattel manages to survive.
And Rattel nearly wins the 1 versus 2 as well, because the Sunfire was stacking. It was stacking a lot of damage as well. Kinzin had to flash away, and also Kona also had to, he didn't use his flash, but he had to move away as well. And Luna and Rolster, they've said, okay, game number 1 wasn't too great. Game number 1 was a little bit of a bad turn of events for Rolster. But now in the second game, you can see
they lost the Elder
Flip. Yeah,
happens. And not taking any credit away from Liberty, because they managed to pull out a beautiful play in the end. But now Rolster playing to Luna. This time further indexing, all-inning on this Draven. They're setting him up again once, another time, and Kona is the person that falls in result. Boss trying to salvage the situation, but it's another kill to Luna, and he's still almost full HP. Kinzin can't manage to pick up any of the stragglers from Rolster.
And you can see the gameplay coming into this for Rolster as well. This is get Luna ahead. This is get Luna as many kills and as much gold as possible. And the hook lands again from the Mel, and Kinzin, oh, he's in a lot of trouble. He has the Baron off buff recall, but look, they're just stopping it every single time.
They walk up, it's like, no, you can't leave. You're not allowed to leave. Cyclone comes down. Joe still manages to get out alive. Kinzin can't follow up. Another kill. Cashing in for Luna.
8,500 gold.
He's so rich
on this Draven. Oh my god. And this is a scary thing about Draven. If Draven could get ahead, if he could just keep doing this, look, he's so confident as well. And the Lantern gets him to safety.
Yeah, even through the exhaust, Kona thought that he could get that 1v1, which he was very right in his own mind too. Oh no, Kona was going for the dive, but he forgot about the stand. United Shield from Rattel. The second win comes in. And Rolster, this time, they're the ones not only ahead in kills, and ahead in gold.
He's got 9,000. He's on 2 items at 9,000 gold after 8 minutes in the game. That's over 1,000 gold a minute. What is going on? He's 5-0 right now on this Draven. And
the stats for his GPM is going to go crazy after this game, dude.
Oh my, I mean, this is the plan though coming into this. This is always what you need to do with a Draven. If you see a Draven in your game, you know you have to play towards that lane. And this is what Rolster did exactly. It was the 2 versus 2 kill in the start that started things off for Luna, but then after that it was Doe roaming around, trying to get the Draven ahead, and that's exactly what they did. And all the kills are on the Draven.
He has 2.5 items and a stasis enchant boots. How do you kill this Draven? It's Stormrazor Bloodthirster, so not only he has enough crit to threaten you, he has the guaranteed slow on the first auto attack, but then he has the extra lifesteal from the Bloodthirster. Like,
what do you do?
Oh god!
Just thinking about it just makes me want to just tingle. Like I don't really want to think about it, and they're just going to get even more gold from this as well.
I mean, Luna is living the dream right now. This is the Draven fantasy where you have everyone trusting in you to be the primary carry. And remember, Stuart, this is a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He is playing so incredibly well.
I wish I was that good at 16. I wish I was that good at video games. I wish my team trusted me as well.
You should have gotten good.
My team never trusts me. Whenever I play with someone,
there's a
they
reason
never
why,
trust me.
Stuart.
Yeah. They like to call me the grey screen stream. That's what I'm known for. I'm not known for my Draven. I think people will know that as well from Twitch chat, from YouTube chat. They know that my Draven is not as good as Luna's.
Definitely when I've tuned in, I've seen a lot of Ashe gameplay at least 50% of the time. The other 50% is you in the fountain. Trying
to use the Ashe arrows. I'm just a utility ADC. I'm never the carry.
Happens.
Like I said, my team never trusts me. It's unfortunate.
Well, Liberty, it's a 5,000 gold deficit, and most of that deficit is on Luna. So normally, one would expect that, okay, win condition simple. Just kill Luna. Forehead. That's Do you really think it's going to be that simple? One is not going to be able to simply just walk up and kill Luna in his current state. You're going to have to commit all 5 members and hope that Luna is just by himself. And most likely, that won't even be the case, because if Nomel is not nearby with a Dark Passage, Rattel is going to be saving that Stand United for him as well.
Yeah, you got the Stand United from the Tell, you got the shield from Lux as well, you've also got the Thresh Lantern, you got everything else, you got the Camille ulti, which could be there to save Luna at the same time. They've got everything to help the Luna at the moment, and you can see the goal lead at the moment is about 5,000, but obviously the ones that are still playing aggressive, they're trying to go for a split push, but meanwhile they're losing the objective, they're losing the Dragon Liberty. You need to do something about this. They're just trying to roam around. They're trying to get the tower. They're going to try and get the top tower here. Lux ultimate does try and clear the way.
I think they get it.
They give the Dragon for free. Tier 2 tower for Dragon. It's not too bad, but look at Rolster. They're playing aggressive.
Not to take anything away from Liberty, but I think they're really their own best option. They can't afford to take a full-on even advantage fight, not even like a slightly numbers advantage favored fight against Luna, because that's not just one person. Luna has the strength of, I feel like, 2 or 3 champions at this point, with just how much damage he is able to pull out. And as long as he is catching those axes, which Luna has been showing a pretty good track record so far. I mean, every time I look at that gold, it just does not seem real. Like, it doesn't seem like it should be possible, and yet here we are.
He still has pretty much 1,000 gold a minute as well. That's the crazy part about it. Just below 1,000 gold a minute, which is absolutely crazy. It just shows. And the thing is now is that he's got more stacks. He's been able to stack up his passive as well. And he's got more stacks of his passive. So all he needs is one more kill, and he gets another 3,000 gold in the bank, because he hasn't died yet. So he's going to get even more stacks.
He's playing the long con, the investment game, ready to cash out if one straggler gets caught out here from Liberty. They're making their advancements here. Luna almost separated here, but groups right back up. Tidal wave coming from afar. Kinzin advancing forward. 3-man knockup on the Luna. Can they get right through him? The stasis pops. Kona with the moonfall. Doesn't manage to get him. Luna's still in the chaos. But he flashes right into the pit, and he can free fire over the wall. Kinzin gets the shutdown onto Luna. That's a lot of gold back into the pockets of Liberty, but they need to take the fight afterwards. Just because Luna's gone doesn't mean Rattel don't have the damage, and I think they're the ones turning it around. Monofreets and Kinzin, it's all up to them. But Rolster with Doe and Zero are fighting back, and they keep Liberty at bay.
3-for-2 trade at the moment. Oh, it's a 3-for-2 trade, sorry, in favor of Rolster, and that was really, really close. You can see the lockdown. They threw absolutely everything at Luna. As you said, Kinzin got the shutdown as well, which means he's the one now that has the most gold in the team. For his team, sorry, 9,700 gold on this Wukong. It's a big, big shutdown, and we're going to take a quick look back at the replay as well. But again, it's Liberty playing aggressive. They don't care that they're down in gold. They want to play aggressive. You can see Luna at the side. He gets caught by the dog binding. He has to use the stasis, but look at the bubble by Manafritza. Perfect timing on that bubble. Luna has to flash over the wall, but you got a Wukong You got a monkey that can just dash over the wall as well, and that's a shot down onto Luna. That's the big shot down they needed. Half the stacks are gone for Luna now. He's not going to have as much gold now if he does get another kill, but they still lost the fight.
Oh,
They're going
Liberty
in
suddenly,
again.
they press up on the gas once again. They've isolated Luna. No stand United Shield. It
Luna's
comes up,
dead
but it's
again.
too late. Liberty, somehow, some way, they are finding picks now onto Luna. But look at Rolster. They are in prime position to get objectives
And
back.
this is the same thing again as what we kind of spoke about last game. This is Liberty grouping up, trying to get picks, trying to get kills. But meanwhile, Rolster are the ones that say, okay, you can get the kills onto Luna. We're just going to take the objectives. We're going to get the team gold. And instead of getting the individual gold for the kills, we want to get the team golds.
Absolutely astounding that Rolster. Whoa. They're starting Baron.
No way they're doing this. Shen's back at base. Wait, vision. Oh, now
Okay,
they have vision.
Final Spark has revealed their position.
No,
Liberty, are they this bold to stay on top of it? Doe
No
is going to come over the
way.
wall. Tactical sweep on the 3.
It's a TP.
Stand United is delivering Doe right back into the battle line. 3,000 HP. Kinzen, can he secure it? Doe, if he steals it, it turns everything around, and he steals it! Doe comes up clutch for Korea. Luna cashes in on Akona, and Liberty are sent floundering. The remaining members are all scattered, and it's just easy pickings for Korea's #1 seed to show their full strength.
That was a desperation play by Liberty. They wanted to try and get the Baron. They want to try and sneak it. But the problem was they were just focusing down Kinzen. Kinzen had to use the stasis. And because he used the stasis, he couldn't use the smite. And now Rolster, they're looking to finish the game.
It's only Boss. He's got insane wave clear. But against Baron Minions,
10-second
it's a
death
tough
timers.
task to be able to live up to. Already Doe stalling enough time under the tower, forcing Boss back. But he gets taunted as he flashes in. Stasis is up. But that's that. Rolster back in this series as we go to match point.
What a banger of a series, Rafa. The first game was Liberty. They win the Elder Steel, they win the fight, and now it's Rolster the ones who steal the Baron. They steal the big objective. They go for the victory. And what? I need a breather.
And in a tournament where Korea's